So thank you so much, Chairperson Sir and Madam. And I also like to thank Dr. Jyoti for giving me this opportunity, which is our latest technology. Like we know all about the blood glucose monitor, but can blood glucose monitors can do a reading in range concept, which is a digital ecosystem, which I'll be explaining you in detail. So bringing the BGM users into the digital diabetes revolution. So there is a chameleon which I had shown you here, which has a different colors. And if you see this chameleon, when he sits on the wood, it changes the color accordingly. When it sits on the plant, it changes the color accordingly for his safety. So can how a blood glucose monitor with the showing these different colors will lead to the real control of a blood glucose. This is what I will be showing you. So BGM, the blood glucose, we all talked, Dr. Rakesh Parekh talk was here about the continuous glucose monitoring just before Dr. Upadhyay's talk. CGM definitely is good, no doubt about it, but can a blood glucose monitor is still relevant in the context of the India? Why I am saying that, I am saying that because India is an out-of-pocket market. Okay, so can everybody is going to afford the blood glucose monitor? This is the CGMS. So and when do we use CGMS and when do we use the blood glucose monitor, which is very, very important. So now, what is American Diabetes Association say? BGM is a budget friendly, is widely available, and how a superior technology and the recent technology which we have developed is going to help us. Okay. So by the American Diabetes Association, the current clinical practice recommendation, where is BGM used? For insulin treated patient, BGM is an integral power management component for effective therapy. For those on non-insulin therapy, like type 2 diabetes who are on OHA or diet or exercise, so for them, where do we use them? For the activity, like for the food, people will come to know if I eat before meal, like the breakfast, lunch or dinner, and they themselves know what food is going to increase their blood sugar, So that is a behavior change what is to be there, and that's why type 2 diabetes and adjust the medication take. Then the person prone to a glycemic variability, glycemic control is the best evaluated in a combination. So what we recommend, you can do a CGMS if it is like you want to see a brittle diabetes or a gestational diabetes mellitus person is there. Understand where are the points where he is going in hyper, hypo by a 15 days report, and then you can shift over to a SNBG when he is going in hypo or when he is going in hyper. At that point, you can do a structured SNBG, which Dr. Parekh also has mentioned. You can do a so what do you understand by a structured SNBG? We are not recommending like foreign guidelines. We are recommending do structured SNBG. What is structured SNBG? We are saying one day you do before and after breakfast, another day you can do before and after lunch, and then you can do before and after dinner, and see whenever you are getting in hypoglycemia that time. So this is very, very important, to do a structured SNBG in India. So what are the concepts which I am going to talk to you today? Is the, you all know the timing range is from the CGM, continuous glucose monitoring, and whereas from the blood glucose monitor, we can calculate the reading in range, the parameters remains the same. So this is the one-touch ecosystem what we have developed. So I will tell you this. So this is the varioflex meter. I was telling you like a chameleon, it has a color share technology. When the readings are in range, you see the arrow is on the green, then the blue when the readings are in the hypo, and the red when the readings are hyper. So automatically a patient comes to know where are their readings. Then there is an app which is developed now, and this app, when all the data, it has a meter, has a memory, and all the data which goes to the app. The app you can download from the one-touch Google Play Store. It is free app, comes here, and only the varioflex data will be go automatically there once you switch on the Bluetooth, and then you can get the readings of average 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, here in this app, and then you can see the various patterns also which I will be showing. And this is the app we recommend for the patients, and once the patient scan and transfer it to the healthcare professional, and when it goes to the healthcare professional, like they can see the various series of the graph and what is happening between the two visits. That is very, very important. When two visits, the patient may not be coming to you every week or 15 days, but you can see what is happening with the patient with the different graphs, which I will be showing it to you. So these are the different graphs. You can see here when they are the 14 days analysis, then the patient summary report. This is the important graph which everyone here is using, like top all the endocrinologists, diabetologists and all, they prefer to use this graph because you see how many times the patient is in range. Okay. So if you see here green time, when the patient is going in hypo and when it is in the hyper. So the app does its job. Okay, app calculate and app show this time in range, time readings in range, readings above range and all. And also time of the day. You can see this graph. You can see time of the day, how much of a time the patient is going up, and this we are recommending with the structured SNBG. We are not recommending many points here. So these are the different graphs. As per your listing, you can see the different graph. You can the patient's logbook. It's a digital logbook. Patient don't have to write anything. And that logbook also comes with the color show technology. That means a green, red, and blue. And the patient automatically understands the readings. Okay? So these are the different graphs which is available with the One Touch Reveal app. And if you want this app, you just have to go download this app on your web app. And it's like a Facebook request. Patient can send you the request. If you wish to accept that, you can accept that request and then you can analyze this data. So improve the reading in range. So is an app really needs to increase reading in range? So we should talk about the evidence. Since it is a new product, we have done a lot of studies, and this is the one study which we have done with the 1,44,000 patients. And why I am showing the green color now? So we are trying to say this reading in range, whether the patients are coming into the reading in range with this app. So this is like a study which is conducted with the varioflex meter and One Touch Reveal app for the patients. And the app is a different feature where you can see the averages, you can see last readings, you can enter the data of the insulin. So various things are there with this app. And what is the statistical analysis what we have done? How many times the patient went in hypo? What are the reading in range? That is between 70 to 180, like a CGMS, which is the time in range. Then BGM testing frequency was average. What we have taken is 1 per day. And most importantly, we try to study how many times the patient is in the app for that particular period. So what we found that the patients who are using the app, there is clinically meaningful improvement in the reading in range, the hyperglycemia is reduced both in type 1 diabetes patients and type 2 diabetes patients, and 40% of the people with type 2 diabetes improved reading in range by at least 10 percentage points over the study period. This is a really very good what we have got. The results of this study. So the conclusion, one who are using the app, okay, the glycemic control were augmented by increasing engagement with the mobile diabetes management app, which provide the personalized guidance, insight and the support. This is very important. Then we had an Indian study with Dr. Makkar and the group in the Delhi, like Dr. Kirti Sabu, Vipul Gupta, Sharma and Kurana, Dr. Rajiv Chawla, what we had done. And we presented this paper in the ADA also, and got a lot of this thing about this, because this is the first time from India, okay, we have developed this reading in range. And I will just briefly tell you about the study what we have done. What we have done is in the study with the CGMS, then we patients, one group in the CGMS, one group in the SMBG, and with the app, One Touch Reveal app and the varioflex meter, and we try to find out the correlation. Okay, can a structured SMBG with the app can use the relative information like a CGMS information that we try to find out. And the same study, when it is completed, we published in the ATTD conference, and if you see that study, what we are saying, this is a contest like in India where you have to pay from out of pocket, and how it is like even if you do a structured SMBG, the app calculates how many times you are in time, reading in range, above range and below range, and gives you a little idea about the glycemic variability. So CGMS, yes, good. But if you can do after CGMS, you can find out the points where the patient is going out of the range, and then you can go into this self-monitoring of blood glucose with the structured SMBG. Then there is another study where what is the importance of a color shower technology. You know what we have done, the patients who are using their meter, let them use that meter, and it is randomized to meters with the varioflex meter using the app. And then we randomize the study, and this study is continued for the 12 weeks, and then the patient who are using the meter without the app, what we have told them, shift over to the app, touch reveal app, and then we find out what are the readers. The person who are shifted onto the app, their HbA1c reduction is there, and in spite of the numeracy, even if the patients are not liberated and all, they can see there is a decrease in the HbA1c just because by seeing the colors, but giving the understanding of the colors, it has shown that. So this is what, if you see the high satisfaction among subjects using the Flex and the app, which when we have given a questionnaire to them, and what we have found that there is a very high satisfaction rate is there, and they really like the concept, the visualized concept, like how my readings are in range, I am going in hyper, I am going in hypoglycemia, and then they can take the actions. Then they can take the actions on that. Okay. So these are the things with the CGMS. Can we get this like this report which I had told you already? Like yes, there is a patient summary report, there is a glycemic excursion report, there is a 14 days average report, there is a 28 days average report. So there are the different reports which are available. Okay, and with these different reports we can find out CGMS time in range, we can find out the reading in range, and we can find out how many times the patient, just by doing a structured SMBG, we can find out we will get the guidelines about the glycemic variability. So what is that in the US, Europe, and even in India, what we had seen, even if in the uncontrolled patient, brittle diabetes, GDM, we can do a 1 CGM profile, but then if you can see the points where the patient is going out of range, then those points we can suggest the patient to do a SMBG, structured SMBG, and then we can really find out, what is and these are the studies, evidence-based studies, like we believe in generating evidence, so a lot of studies what we have done where it has shown that the questionnaire is asking the patient about the numeracy and all, whether you are going down into the HbA1c level down, whether you are satisfied with this, whether you can empowerment, can you change your behavior. So this is all what we have done over a time period after developing our new technology. So this is my last summary slide. What is this slide talking about? BGM remains a relevant tool for the people with diabetes. Yes, definitely it is a relevant tool for type 1, on insulin, for type 2, on diet exercise, or on the OHA. In fact, there are guidelines from IDF. I don't know whether you all read or not, but they said a patient who diagnosed with the diabetes has to have the monitor. Okay, that shows that you have to have a monitor with that, and which leads to a behavior change. The data with the contents improves interpretation and willingness to act on the results. With the mobile app for the patient and with the web app for the doctor, doctor can explain to the patient with the data which is there. The apps provide people with diabetes with the tools for a self-improved glycemic matrix. This is very, very important. I see my patients also get so much motivated when they come to know that they are in the range. Software solutions like Reveal allows HCPs to access the original data so that they can better work with their patient to improve the glycemic targets. This is very important. And we need to enable access the digital technology that is already available, and the people with diabetes and their care. See, this is also for the caregivers. Okay? Rather than seeing a logbook, if you get the ready-made this thing, it is very good. Engage the benefits of being connected with the full digital ecosystem and sustain improvement in the reading in range. So I am again saying, with the SMBG glucometer we can find out the reading in range. With the CGMS we can find out the time in range. Okay? And this is a reading in range and a clinically meaningful reduction in the hyperglycemic readings in people with diabetes using one-touch varioflex and blood glucose and the Bluetooth connected one-touch Reveal app, which is really beneficial for the patient. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr.